You're trying to touch her, but she's waiting for you to reach her mind first. Most men get this completely wrong. They think attraction starts with physical closeness, but for a woman over 40, that's actually the last step, not the first. At this stage in her life, she's experienced enough to know the difference between attention and presence. And what she's really craving is presence, the kind where you're not distracted, not rushing, not trying to impress, but actually they're mentally, emotionally aware of her. Because before she lets you get physically close, her mind is already asking silent questions. Does he understand me? Does he feel calm or chaotic? Do I feel comfortable being myself around him? If the answer is no, nothing moves forward. No matter what you do externally, but when a man slows down, listens without trying to fix, responds instead of reacting, something shifts. Her guard doesn't drop suddenly, it softens, and that softness is what creates real connection, because for her, being touched isn't about hands first, it's about feeling mentally and emotionally reached. When her mind and her body naturally flows before you even get close, she's already deciding how valuable you are. Here's what most men never realize: a woman over 40 is not reacting in the moment. She's evaluating you in real time. Not your looks, not your lines, but your energy, tone, and intention, because at this stage, she's experienced enough to filter quickly. She's asking herself silently, does this man feel genuine or just interested? Is he here to understand me or just impress me? Do I feel respected or just approached? And based on that, something important happens. She assigns you a level, not consciously, but emotionally. Either you feel like a man who adds value to her space or someone she needs to keep distance from. And the twist: this decision isn't made by what you say, it's made by how you make her feel about herself. If your presence makes her feel calm, respected, and naturally appreciated, you stand out instantly. But if your energy feels rushed, overly eager, or slightly off, she pulls back without explaining. Because she's not looking for attention anymore, she's protecting her peace. So before anything physical even begins, she's already decided how close you're allowed to get. She doesn't respond to pressure, she responds to emotional pace. Most men try to move things forward too quickly. They think faster equals better, more effort equals more attraction. But for a woman over 40, that energy feels off, because she's not looking for speed, she's looking for control and comfort. And the moment she feels rushed, even slightly, her mind goes into resistance mode. Not visibly, but internally, she starts pulling back. Here's what matters in steady pacing: knowing when to lean in and when to give space, when to speak, and when silence actually builds more connection. Because emotional timing creates a feeling of effortlessness. No pressure, no force, no need to prove anything. And that's what relaxes her. When a man moves with calm patience, it signals something powerful, that he's not desperate, not chasing, not trying to take, but allowing things to unfold, and that's rare, because most interactions she experiences feel rushed, predictable, or agenda-driven. But when the pace feels natural, she doesn't feel pushed. She feels safe to open at her own speed, and that's when attraction becomes real, not forced. Rush her and she closes. Match her pace and she comes closer on her own. She feels your intention before she believes your words. You can say all the right things, but if your energy doesn't match, she knows. A woman over 40 has heard compliments, lines, charm, all of it. What she pays attention to now is something deeper. Why are you saying it? Is it coming from a place of real interest, or are you trying to get a reaction? Because intention leaks through everything: your tone, your eye contact, your timing, even your silence. And here's the truth: if your intention feels rushed, out, focused, or slightly forced, it creates distance instantly. She may still smile, still respond politely, but internally, she's already stepping back. On the other hand, when your intention feels calm, grounded, and genuine, with no pressure behind it, she relaxes. Because now she doesn't feel like she's being approached. She feels like she's being understood, and that's rare. No performance, no hidden agenda, just clean, clear energy. That's what builds trust without effort. Because in her world, words can be practiced, but intention can't be faked. She's not impressed by intensity anymore. She's drawn to consistency. A lot of men come in strong. Big energy, non-stop attention, quick interest, and for a moment it feels exciting, but for a woman over 40, that doesn't hold value for long. Because she's seen this pattern before, strong in the beginning, then slowly fading. That's why she doesn't trust intensity anymore. She observes patterns. She's watching. Do you show up the same way over time? Is your energy stable, or does it fluctuate? Are you present only when it suits you, or consistently? Because consistency signals something deeper, emotional maturity. And that's what creates real attraction at this stage. Not the man who tries the hardest in one moment, but the man who remains steady across many. No sudden highs, no confusing lows, just clear, reliable presence. And here's what happens when she feels that her guard doesn't just drop, it stays down. Because now she's not guessing your behavior, she understands it. And that creates comfort. Intensity might catch her attention, but consistency is what makes her stay. She connects through emotional awareness, not just words. You can say the right things, but if you don't feel what's happening in the moment, she disconnects. A woman over 40 is highly tuned to emotional awareness. She notices, can you read the room? Do you sense her mood shifts? Do you adjust, or stay stuck in your own flow? Because connection for her isn't built on talking more. It's built on understanding without being told. If she feels a little quiet, do you give space? If she's open and expressive, do you match that energy? This is where most men lose her. They stay in their script, their plan, their way of doing things, but she's not looking for a performance. She's looking for someone who can feel with her. And when a man shows that kind of awareness, something clicks. She feels seen without explaining, understood without effort, and that creates a deeper level of comfort, one that words alone can't build. Because real connection for her isn't about what you say, it's about how well you understand what's not being said. She's drawn to emotional stability, not emotional highs. A lot of men think creating excitement is the key, big reactions, ups and downs, keeping things unpredictable. But for a woman over 40 that doesn't feel attractive, it feels exhausting, because she's already lived through emotional roller coasters. What she values now is stability, a man who doesn't get easily shaken, who doesn't overreact, who stays grounded no matter the situation. Because that kind of presence creates something powerful, peace, and peace at this stage is more attractive than excitement. When she feels that you're emotionally steady, not easily triggered, not seeking validation, she relaxes around you. She doesn't feel like she has to manage your moods or guess where she stands, and that clarity builds trust. While others try to impress her with intensity, you stand out by being calm, centered, and in control of yourself. Because, in her world, emotional chaos pushes her away, but emotional stability pulls her closer. She opens up when she feels safe, not when she's being chased. Most men think more effort equals more attraction, more messages, more pushing, more trying to win her over. But for a woman over 40, that energy feels heavy. Because she's not looking to be chased, she's looking to feel safe enough to come closer on her own. And safety for her isn't about words, it's about how you show up. Are you calm or unpredictable? Do you respect boundaries or test them? Do you create ease or pressure? Because the moment she senses pressure, she doesn't move forward, she pulls back. But when your presence feels steady, respectful, and easy to be around, something changes. She doesn't feel like she has to protect herself. She doesn't feel rushed or evaluated. She just relaxes, and when that happens, she naturally starts opening up, talking more, sharing more, showing more of herself without being asked, not because you forced it, but because she felt safe enough to do it. Because real connection with her isn't built by chasing, it's built by creating a space she actually wants to step into.